Good morning, beautiful Sagittarius. Um, I've been thinking this morning, and I have this anger inside of me, and I've saged. I burnt my brand new shirt, but this anger that I'm feeling is because of all the amount of emails that I did receive about third-party situations and how people have been scorned and burned and taken advantage of. So I thought I'm going to get this off of my chest and expose information about these third parties. What are they all about? How did they interfere? Whatever information I can get on these third parties. And it is to expose their motives. It is to expose the situations. Some of you already have received that exposure, and others are still trying to figure out what happened. So I'll try my very best, Sagittarius, to get information on the third party. Spirit, please bring clarity. This is for truth, clarity, not vindictiveness. Show Sagittarius about the third party in their particular situations. How this person is operating, what is their MO, what are their motives, intentions with Saggi's people. Yeah, well, a lot of them are money focused and they want to create a tower. Some of them actually are trying to get pregnant. Let's see. Those are the three. Yeah, they're players. A lot of these third parties are intentionally trying to gain money. They are trying to get pregnant in some cases. Feeling led to shuffle again. Judgment. Show Sagittarius information about the third parties in their particular situation. Yeah, they're hiding things. They're secretive. They do things in the dark. They do not like being exposed. So, yeah, they're stale, they're stagnant, they're in limbo, and they're in financial poverty and lack. And some of them, if it's not financial lack, it is the fact that they have abandonment issues and they hide things, they keep things secret, that this is they get stale and stagnant due to some lack mentality, and they try to seek it elsewhere. And we're going to reveal some truths here about some of them are actually pretending to be honest, sincere, but they're secretly hiding the fact that they're in poverty, that they may be wanting a marriage or a higher level of commitment. These third parties are very burdensome, and they are presenting themselves like as true loves. How did the Sag's situation, the third party that interfered in their union, give me the makeup of these people? They're indecisive, they're sneakers, they're liars, they're cheaters. They create blockages in unions. They offer some of them offer an apology for their deception, but let's see where this is going. Yeah, their offers are small. They're pages. They're little offers. Yeah, they make offers for third parties, and then you put the work into the situation, and then they try to trap you with empty love offers, and a lot of them are juggling, and they create sadness and remorse wherever they go. It's like the offers are to trap people. They are deceptive. They know what they're doing. They know what they want. They make a small offer as a page to entrap people in, like, some of them trap people with drinks. I'm fun loving, let's go have some fun, celebrate, and then they get that person to put in the work to trap them with empty love offers. And quite often these third parties are juggling other people, and their MO is that they leave a trail of sadness where they go. They're players. They have their choices. They keep their options open. They wound people. And when they make offers, it's like slow, small offers. Quite often they defend their actions of why they're doing what they're doing. They operate on the level of passion. They offer passion. They act on their passions. They manipulate, and they do it out of to gain control. And they get control by offering passion. And these situations are done on a level of the intention of ending things. Yeah. They act on their passions. And they like to end unions that have been joined together. They often use their beauty to end things. And a lot of them have emotions, but they're not good at expressing their emotions. They have childhood issues and traumas, a lot of these situations. And a lot of these third parties are single. They present themselves as abundant, and they're hoping that the wheel of fortune is in their favor. They're manipulators. They're intuitive, but they're very selfish with their intuition. They do these third parties and then get people to walk out of their happy families. And it's based, they're small. They really actually have nothing to offer these third parties. It's all passion based. It's like creating a competition using perhaps their beauty, their charm. They are manipulators, and they have childhood wounds. They backstab, they betray, they manipulate. Wow. All the while they're seeking their own happiness. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care if they hurt families. They do not care if they hurt even the person they're with. They want, a lot of them, to remain single. They will take your money, they'll take your passion, but they eventually walk away, or they're selfish individuals, and they're out to fill their own love cups. They're out to fill their own wish fulfillments, and they don't care who they hurt, who they betray. They seek their own happiness. Who are the people, the third parties? Expose them. Once they're exposed, they walk away. Yeah, they're unbalanced. Like, yeah, and they make, a lot of these individuals are, like, to use the term, bitches. They're bastards, whatever it is. They are not, they have a sense of, like, arrogance, where they, like, fine, you don't like it, you don't like what I'm doing, I'll cut you off, I'll move on to the next one. Wow. What are these third parties all about in Sagi's situation? You don't give them what they want, they cut you off. Yeah, and then they end things. They'll create a separation if you do not. They're manipulators. So in a lot of Sagi's cases, the third parties that entered into your partnership or union, they have no intention of staying. Some of them that do, if they manage to hang on to that individual, it is for self-gain and self-gain only. And if they don't get what they want, they'll cut you off and end things and move on to the next party. Yeah, and they're controlling. They're control freaks. A lot of them are narcissists. A lot of them are manipulative and definitely like being in the power of control here. They like being in full power here. Yeah. And if they don't get what they want, they move on. If Sagi's third parties were to say, oh, look, I want you to fulfill my happiness, and that person is unable to fulfill their wishes, they just move on. Next. So these situations, yeah, create a lot of stress, anxiety, and you're left to heal from these situations. And a lot of situations, commitment being involved here. If Sagi's third parties ended up in a commitment with these individuals, they would have to be aware that they're going to get stressed out, that they're going to have a lot of sleepless nights, that there's a higher level of commitment, and even the ones that commit to them end up very stressed out. They're going to have to heal. Wow. What about the third parties? Some of them do entrap people into marriages by getting pregnant, or they trap them into marriages by pregnancy. Yeah. They're opportunists. And this is the truth. The justice is here. That they're quite often money focused. That they break hearts wherever they go, because they themselves have been, that's like hurt people because they've been heartbroken. They get on this arrogant attitude, this fine then I'm going to go out and I'm going to hurt people because I was hurt attitude. foolish. What is the third party involved in Sagi's life all about? What's going to be the end result? Well, the end result is usually more third parties and heartbreak. Yeah. It's toxic. A lot of these people, male or female, that enter these relationships and try to get the other person, they are karmic in nature, and they try to keep people bound. They usually suffer from addictions, obsessions, you name it. What about the third party? They're toxic. Yeah. And then they reject people. They reject people because they themselves were rejected. Now, some of these individuals, like, I don't particularly like blaming the third parties, and they create towers. They're destructive, and the universe will strike these types of relationships down because it was not built on a solid foundation. And a lot of these unions, now, I don't exactly like blaming the third parties because there was two individuals in that situation to create a third party. And quite often enough, the karmics that are involved in those situations, yes, they're manipulative. Yes, they suffer from addictions themselves. Yes, they're toxic. But the person that is to be held accountable is the person that went and did it. And a lot of them are so focused on money. In these unions, it's lust, it's for addictions, it's finances, it's to trap people into marriages. Take it as it resonates for your situation. And the people that are lured away into these third parties, quite often they're manipulative themselves. They present a false front. They wear masks, and then when the masks are fallen off and it's exposed, they move on their merry way. And a lot of them are just simply after coin. They're waiting for their ships to come in, and they watch for people. Like, they watch. They literally, it's like getting hunted. It's like they watch for their opportunity. They wait for their ships to come in. It's like being stalked. It's like prey. They wait for someone who's vulnerable, and then they start communication, and they offer attention. Now, I had, sorry Sag, but I had this, that's why I was so angry this morning. I'm like, okay, you come riding in on your horse. You know exactly where to go with that horse now. Yeah, and they offer like, oh, I'm a good investment. I'll give you attention and passion. And then the truth always comes out. And quite often people end up feeling foolish and they move on. And then they get angry. And they fight and argue, and they get ghosted or end up lonely. It's a cycle. And then they work on their stability again. They have closed off heart chakras, and they breadcrumb people. And it's just a cycle. It doesn't matter if it was the partner that was in Sagi's life, who was at fault and they got manipulated and all that. It takes two to tango, and I've always believed that. But let's see what messages I can pull on these third parties. They start passionate communication, they offer affection, they'll compete for this person's attention, and usually they take advantage of people who are vulnerable or lonely somehow. If there's coin there, they're there. They're emotionally closed off individuals, usually. Wow, I hate this card. This Six of Pentacles, this is one person robbing from one person to give to another. And it is theft. I mean, there's no question about it. The loving man appears. Now take it as it resonates. These are just people, male or female. They come off very loving, romantic. They offer like a childlike new beginning. It's like some of them actually snare you with pregnancies, but this is for those that doesn't resonate with. This is like they offer like a fresh new beginning, you know, and it's a vast universe. Yeah, transformation being here and the vastness of it. People live like, these individuals sort of live like in a fantasy of what it would be like. They prey upon people that are, you know, they want a fresh start, or, you know, somehow miraculously a third party would transform their situation, and they don't. It's vicious cycles. That's all it is. Yeah, and they hide behind the mask. You can't make this up. Their intentions are not good. It is for self-serving purposes, and they hide behind this mask, promising this love, and they're fake. They're fakes. They hide behind the mask. And they need professional assistance. Like, honestly, they truly do. They need to reach out for professional help, because whenever you see a karmic, it is because they've been deeply wounded and they hide behind these masks. They, wow. What's the intention of the third parties? What's behind the mask? Yeah. Their intentions is so that they get, actually they want to be discovered. That they truly want kindred partnerships. Like, they want to be, they're stuck. They're stuck in these cycles. This truck is stuck in the mud, and that's indeed where they are, stuck in the mud. And when they get involved with other people, that's why everything becomes so stale, stagnant, and they just get stuck in these cycles, and they need professional assistance to get out of these cycles. And these are people that are deliberate when they do deliberate acts of selfishness. Like, you can have some situations where you find yourself in a third party, for example, that you didn't even know you were in, or the other person tells you, oh no, I've been separated for years, I'm not together with my spouse, we've been in a separation for years. They tell you everything. These people need help to get out of this stuck energy that they keep repeating it cycle after cycle after cycle. And they need help getting out of those cycles. They've got every story, every reason and excuse as to why they do what they do, but they do it because they have selfish gains, either addictions, codependencies. They are addicted in some cases to actually needing to be with someone. They don't know how to be alone, how to be abundant in their own right, and they're not comfortable in their own skin, which is why they got to seek out other individuals. But it is always for self-fulfillment, self-gain of some type. Well, Sag, I hope this helps you out in some form today. Let me know in the comments.